What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Subnautica. In the last episode, we ventured out into the grassy plateaus, scanned around some wreckages, got ourselves some fragments for things, and we also found ourselves a life pod, where unfortunately a poor man named Ozzy just didn't make it. It was very sad. Very, very sad for the guy indeed. But in this episode, and also I'm noticing my power is not going up. Oh, no, it is. Okay, it's just going up very, very slowly. Hello there. You can actually scan these things, which is kind of hilarious. They're little bird thingies called sky rays. So let's do that. But I don't really do a whole lot with them. You can't make anything out of them. But yeah, anyways, in this episode, we are going to make ourselves a habitat builder, which I just need to make myself a wiring kit. And I actually grabbed the silver that I needed at the very, very end of the last episode to be able to do that. And we're going to do some base building in this episode. Now, where I'm going to put my base is the complicated part.
Designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
So what I need to do is I'm going to grab myself a lot of titanium, as much as I can grab. I'm going to try to swap some of this stuff out, just so I can fill my pockets up with more of it. Keep the quartz on hand. And actually, do I have any more glass? I guess I don't. I probably can get more of that here soon. But we're gonna find a place for this habitat builder. So what we'll do, or yeah, you know what? Actually, oh, this is like perfect right here. Holy crap! You just need an area that's kind of open. Although I don't want to build next to any caves. It doesn't look like there's any caves in this area. I also don't want to clash with the coral tubes too much, because that can be kind of a problem. But we need a base of operations. So anywhere that's open is going to be good. Okay, here we go. This is like perfect right here. So let's pull out our habitat builder and do a little bit of building. So all I would recommend doing is starting with some eye compartments. These are just standard compartments like this. And we're going to make, I'm going to make a couple of them. I'm actually going to make, here, let's do this. Let's make an L compartment here. And then another one here. And this is what the titanium is all for. All you need is titanium for this part. Now, the hard part, of course, is getting into the base. And we'll worry about that in a second. Let me make sure I still have... Okay, I still got enough titanium to keep going. Let's do that. Good. Okay, we've made ourselves a little horseshoe. So now we need to make ourselves a hatch, and we need quartz to do this. Now you can build a hatch in two areas. You can either build them on the sides of compartments or on the front. I am going to build mine on the side because of the way that I've shaped this. And there we go. Okay, so you notice in the top left it says -1 to base hull strength, now 4. Once your strength on your hull goes below 0, your base is going to start to get damaged and flooded. So you want to make sure that you keep the base integrity above that. Now, our base is only sort of there because we don't have any power for it yet. We need to get some more quartz and copper to be able to actually supply it with some power. But at the very least, we can head on inside and see that
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
we have ourselves a little base here. Now, obviously, like I said, it's not giving us any oxygen because we don't have power running. So we're going to just kind of head on out of there, and we're going to see if we can get ourselves some quartz and copper. So let's have a look around for some limestone as well as some quartz. And there was that giant coral tube that wasn't too far away from our life pod that is just filled with quartz and limestone deposits. So we'll be able to use that. Got to be careful. There's 2 of these massive coral tubes, and one of the coral tubes is a lot less friendly than this one, so we have to be on the lookout for that one. But grab that. Not a ton of stuff in here. Get this copper. And don't worry, as soon as we grab all of this, we're going to be able to migrate all of our stuff over here and work out of our base permanently. That being said, I will want to make myself a beacon for it because I want to be able to get back to it. Because it doesn't have a location, like a marker on its own, like the life pod does. Let's grab a couple of these. Is there more quartz in here? There is. Whenever you see... Okay, so that right there, that's a crash fish egg. Whenever you see those, you know there's bad news in a nearby area. So be wary. Be super wary. Okay, I think I got all the quartz in here. So let's grab that. There we go. And let's... Oh, I need to change out my battery, so let's do that. Do that with square on the PlayStation 5 controller. Pretty simple. And now I actually got to find my base again because I don't want to... I've already freaking lost track of it a little. It's not too far away. I don't think. Ah! Where did I put it? Hold on. I'm going to reorient myself. It's around here somewhere. Okay, it's right over here. Here we go. I think I figured it out. Yes, there it is. Okay. We got it. We're good. So now, let's take our habitat builder and let's build ourselves a solar panel. I'm just going to stick this kind of on the top, and this is going to work the same as the power cells that are on our life pod. I think we can only make the one, and that's going to give us exactly 75 power. Let's see. Okay, I'm exactly 1 quartz short. Hold on, let me go get another one. So it's at least it's producing oxygen now. Okay, here we go. This is the other coral tube, and what I'm going to do here... So I'm just going to go. There is a lot of crash fish around here. If I could... Oh, shoot! Oh, I almost ran out of oxygen. I almost forgot about that. Ah! Hold on. Did more crash fish spawn? No, it doesn't look like they did. What the heck? There's usually a lot more crash fish around here. I was expecting more of them to jump out at me. Well, okay. I might have just gotten off scot-free then. Okay, well, screw it. Let's make a few solar panels then. There's usually like 5 crash fish in this coral tube. But this time there was 1? Really? Only 1? That's a huge shocker. Okay, well, oh, our inventory is full. All right, well, then we'll have to just kind of stick with that. All right, there we go. I really need to get my last beacon fragment so I can actually craft those. Let's see. Let's put this one here. Our base is nothing special at the moment, but don't worry, in due time we will make it better. We don't even have the ability to make like all the cool rooms for it and such. Okay, yep, we can make 3. So that should be plenty of power for our needs at the moment. And now it's all about the stuff we can craft in a base like this. So let's head on inside it again. Now the lights are on and you can see the power start to go up because it is bright. And yeah, cool, we have ourselves a base. Now we can start to make ourselves some wall lockers. And wall lockers aren't the most efficient way of getting space because you also have these regular lockers that actually hold a lot more. Only problem is that they take up a lot more floor space. So you have to, depending on how your base is shaped, you need to plan for things like that. The way that mine is shaped, though, wall lockers are just going to get me by a whole lot better. So I made 2 of those. I can also make myself a fabricator. All I need is titanium and a table coral sample. So I think we should do that. We should definitely be able to get the same like stuff like the radio and the medical kit fabricator and all that stuff in our base like we have in the life pod, so we can just fully migrate away from it. So let me grab some titanium. There we go. That's what I needed. And then we will have ourselves a fabricator. And that is going to truly allow us to get stuff done. So I'm going to put the fabricator there. And then a radio, I just need a little bit more titanium. But the good news is there's literally metal salvage right here I can grab. Let's do that. And we can break that down into more wall lockers and a radio. And then after that, I can basically just worry about migrating all my stuff over here. I know I still need a medical kit fabricator, which we'll get in due time. Don't you worry. I need to drink some water. Let me do that real quick. Okay. Let's make the radio here. And we can actually listen to that new broadcast here in a minute. I need quite a few things for the medical kit fabricator. That'll be a project for later. Let's make ourselves a couple more wall lockers over here. And I'm actually going to be labeling each of these for different resource purposes. And if you're bothered by things like symmetry and stuff while I'm placing these, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to spend all the time in the world trying to make sure that everything is exact. I know it's probably going to bother some of you, but it doesn't bother me. All right, well, let's play this radio message real quick.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Okay, well, we're going to have to go looking for Life Pod 3, and in fact, there is the location right there in the shallows, 520 meters away and not too far. Okay, so I have all these lockers. We can actually use these for different things. So, like right here, I'm going to make this one titanium, which I love that it has my presets from previous playthroughs. That's hilarious. I think I'm going to make 2 of these for titanium, and I did not mean to just end it there. Yeah, let's make here. Let me start from the beginning just so I can do that. There we go. Okay, we'll make 2 of them for titanium. I will make 1 for copper. I will make 1 for let's make this food and water. We'll just call it food. That both things can go in there. And then this can be our miscellaneous for the time being. Although there is a 10 character limit, so I guess we'll just stick it misc right there. No, I didn't mean to. Come on. It was a little bit finicky. I hit circle instead of R2 to confirm. And we can start filling up these lockers with different things. And you can see we have a lot more space in something like this than we do in our waterproof lockers, which is pretty cool. So let's do that. For our food, I'm just going to dump my Reginald's in there, as well as a little bit of water, as well as the nutrient block. There we go. And then for miscellaneous, let's just put everything else that I'm not going to keep on hand. Okay, let's head back on over towards our life pod and grab everything else, and then we can basically call it with the life pod. Just got to remember where my base is at, which is, it's not super complicated. It's basically just straight west of my life pod. So I'll be able to, I should be able to remember that pretty darn easily. Let's grab all this. Let's kind of fill up our pockets here. There we go. And then where is our waterproof locker? There you are. And you've only got a couple of things in you. I did not mean to take the Sea Glide out. There we go. Okay, so I don't think we're going to need to come back here now, except for medical kits probably, but even then, I think we should be fine. So let's head back over, and you can actually see the base from really far away too, just because this game does have some pop-in issues, but that's not necessarily a bad thing at times, because that can help you in situations like that when you're trying to locate your base. So let's put all our titanium away, and yes, I will make all of this prettier and add more lockers in future, don't you worry. I promise. Okay, put those in there as well. Another nutrient block, more of those. More fishies. And then our miscellaneous, we'll just kind of dump all of this. Okay, and now we can really, really get to resource collecting. I might as well dump a couple of my first aid kits as well. So, I'm going to take off the beacon for the life pod, just so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And let's head on over towards life pod 3 and see if we can find these people that we just got a broadcast from. So they are actually in a closer spot than the life pod 17 dude, who unfortunately didn't have the best of times. We'll just take our Sea Glide over that way. Not in like a rush or anything. I've beaten this game 3 times. I just want to put that out there. First time was a freedom playthrough, which is the same as survival mode, which is what we're playing right now, but without the food and water. Second time I did a proper survival playthrough, and it was actually going to result in the, well, not let's play, but the playthrough for this, for the channel, but I ended up discarding it because I wasn't happy with the way it turned out as much. So instead, you're now getting this let's play, and I also played through the game one more time in between, just to kind of get a handle on everything. All right, so we got a blueprint for a compass, and we're definitely going to want to make that, but I'm going to swim to the surface here real quick. Just kind of fill up on oxygen, and then I just want to make sure I'm not in a spot where I can get nipped at by stalkers. Is that another? Okay, another Sea Glide fragment. Yeah, I don't need that. Let's play this new crew log we just got.
You really think it'll carry 2 of us?
Your regular Sea Glide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cellar rig to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
Oh, sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the life pod.
You're calm about this.
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like these two are anywhere to be seen either. And again, their life pod blew open. So, yeah, you know, I'm just not the most optimistic, I'm afraid. I know it's just not looking too good for all these other survivors. I just don't think they did as well as us. Okay, so now I don't want to go. Okay, I want to go north this time, away from our base. Like, I do want to head back, and we'll use. Oh, wait, what are you doing here? Hold on, no. What are you doing here? No, really? I don't think you should be here. I really don't think you should be here. Those are bone sharks, and they do not exist in the biomes that we're currently in at the moment. At least not usually, although we might actually be closer to another biome than I thought. The more I'm thinking about it, especially as we're coming across propulsion cannon fragments and this. Yes, okay, no, we are closer than I thought. That right there is another biome known as the Underwater Islands biome. We will not be heading into there with our Sea Glide fragment because that would... Our Sea Glide fragment. Our Sea Glide, because that would be stupid. Do not go that way. Also, get away from me. Now, bone sharks are actually not too bad because they typically leave you alone. That's not to say they're not annoying, but they leave, like, you individually alone for the most part. So yeah, they're not super bad in that regard, but we'll talk more about bone sharks in due time. Okay, so I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Okay, I don't think I want to be there either because I think this is putting me pretty close to things. Okay, I think I'm wandering a little bit too far away from where I'm supposed to be. The more I think about it. Okay, we need to reorient ourselves here. Where is... Okay, there you are. Yeah, I need to be going this way. A little closer to the Aurora, but on the north side. And I'm going to get my oxygen going. Yeah, gosh, we are, like, so far away from the Aurora with our life pod. It's honestly, like, really weird to me. Okay, what? Ooh. Is this another wreckage? It is. This is one I haven't seen. Okay. Well, here we go. This is promising. Let's have ourselves a look around. There's our last laser cutter fragment. Beautiful. Now, that only means so much because the materials we need to make the laser cutter are not at all available to us at the moment. It will be later, though. Don't you worry. There's another Seamoth fragment. So we'll take the... Oh, I guess I have all of those, so that's not a huge deal. But we'll talk more about the Seamoth later. I have the bioreactor stuff all done. Oh, there's tiger plants. Oh, gosh. Let's not get shot by those. Those are painful. As far as this big wreckage goes, can I do anything with this? Let's see, because sometimes there's a way into these things. In fact, it looks right here like there is. Yes. Okay, so inside these big wreckages is where you're going to find a lot of the best gold in this game. And by gold, I mean like figurative gold, as in things that are just going to make your whole entire playthrough a lot easier. You'll find free water and food and lots of fragments for lots of things. Now, we're not going to be able to fully explore this wreckage because of that right there. That is a door we're going to need a laser cutter to get through. But we did just find ourselves a battery charger fragment. Yes, you can recharge batteries, which is really, really nice. And also, I can scan that as well. I think I can scan all these things. Bench. These are all things that you can create within your base as well, which is really cool. And I know I'm getting low. Just wanted to have a look around really quickly. Okay, I'm going to swim up really fast. Resurface and get myself some oxygen. There we go. Okay. Let's get that, and then we can go back down. Now, I know there is something really, really good inside of this wreckage that would be very nice to get, but again, we don't have a laser cutter, so we're not going to be able to go all the way in. How we're going to get the laser cutter, though, don't worry, that is going to be available to us sooner than you think. There's just a specific type of material we can only get from what are known as shale deposits. And at the moment, we're just not going to see things like shale deposits. Not in the areas we're in. Those are in a little bit more deep, intricate biomes.
New blueprint acquired.
And all these things that I'm just kind of grabbing right now, scanner room, bioreactor, stuff like this, the Seamoth, all of that's going to make sense in due time. I promise. I'm just not over-explaining things right now because we're just kind of having a look around. I don't want to overload you guys with too much information. There's a lot of tiger plants around here. I don't like that. I really don't like that. We'll head back to our base soon. How am I on space? I've still got quite a bit. Might as well get some more. Okay, we got to be really... Careful! Go past the tiger plant, please. Thank you. Oh, okay, we're getting too close to the radiation. Gotta go back, gotta go back. We're gonna have to make our radiation suit here soon. I probably should actually use what space I have in my inventory to get myself some creepvine bits. So let's do that. There we go. So I got 2. Can I fit 2 more? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. So we'll be able to make some fiber mesh out of that. And it looks like we have ourselves yet another radio broadcast. All right, let me... Okay, so there's our life pod. And you can always see the life pod. It's really not that hard to spot. Real quick. Is there any... Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for, a beacon fragment. Now we can finally frickin' make one of those so we can find our base more easily.
New blueprint.
And I'm not having to just use my surroundings to visualize it every freaking time. Because, I mean, it's not like the hardest thing in the world, but it's, at the same time, it's less of a hassle if you can just easily find your base at all times and you have some point of reference for it. So let's head over here. Let's see. Okay, so it's directly... Actually, which way is it directly? I know it's... Oh, it's directly west. Yes, it's right through the kelp forest. On the other side. Right? Is that correct? I think that's correct. Nope, that's the grassy plateaus. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, it's a good thing we're making this beacon because this is going to be a problem if I'm unable to find my base again. I should be able to. Oh, no, it's because I'm going the wrong way. Durr. That's not west. This is west. I was going, like, southwest. I want to go this way. Make sure I'm still doing that right. Yep. Okay. Kind of going the right way. I know you're around here somewhere. Didn't leave you too far, did I? Okay, I found it. Sorry about that. I was actually going the wrong way. I was trying to go west or east from the pod when I'm supposed to be going west from the pod. There we go. Okay, we're going to make ourselves a beacon, like, immediately so I don't run into that issue again. Luckily, it just takes copper and titanium. Okay, we'll just stick this right above our base. All you got to do is kind of just swim above it and drop the little guy. Luckily, it only takes 1 slot. And then we'll just name it base. And I will go in here and make sure that it is yellow so that I can spot it at all times. I can also unequip that one. All right, there we go. Now then, let's see. I need to fabricate some things, so let's make some fiber mesh. And then I also need to grab my lead for the radiation suit. So let's do that. I think we just need 2. And hold on. Here we go. And that should be everything we need for dealing with the Aurora. Okay, awesome. The only thing I don't have is the radiation helmet, but I'm going to equip that. Let's put our rebreather back in there. And let's play this next radio broadcast.
Land pre-recorded distress call.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Approximate transmission, huh? So we're going to have to look for this one. Okay, well, this one appears to be somewhere in the grassy plateaus. So we're going to have to find it. It's sunk to approximately 100 meters. 400 meters west-northwest of Life Pod 4's last known location. Okay, so that's the clues that we have on hand, which is, it's not too bad. I'm going to use all this metal salvage we got to craft some things, because I need to make myself the mobile vehicle bay. So we need a titanium ingot, and we need a power cell. And I think the only thing I'm missing, yeah, is silicone rubber. And actually, I can be really clever about this with as far as the power cell goes, because I have my batteries, right? Well, I would rather use a battery that is not at a full charge. So let's do this. Let's take this out and swap it for a fully charged one. And then, well, now that'll be fine. And then put our fully charged one away, and we can make the power cell out of these two if I get some silicone rubber that I don't have. Okay, hold on. We'll fix this. Just a second. Some silicone rubber. I need like 3 creepvine seed clusters, which they're pretty easy to find in here. I mean, they do glow, so kind of hard to miss. But let's grab as many of these as we can, as our pockets will allow. Yep, I think that's plenty. And then we can head back. Okay, that is going to be so much nicer. Look at that. Oh, it's such a difference maker. Being able to just head back and know where our base is at all times. This base is going to be super nice once we expand it further. It's got a lot of potential, actually. Right where I put it. Okay, so let's use the fabricator. I'll make a little bit of I'm going to actually make mostly silicone rubber, but I'm going to make like 3 lubricants, because those are going to go a long way. You don't need a ton of lubricant at all in this game, but when you need it, you're going to be like, and you're face palming every time. So to make a little bit extra never hurts when you grab a ton of these clusters. Silicone rubber, though, you're going to be using a lot more. Okay, so let's make that power cell now. And that should all be enough to craft our mobile vehicle bay. I don't know why I went outside, because I still need to actually make the dang thing. Let's do that. So this is something that we're going to be deploying, and it's going to kind of float above the water, which is cool and all, but we need to actually do something with it. Now, the mobile vehicle bay itself is not a vehicle. It is used for creating vehicles. So we're going to deploy it, and it's going to float to the surface. It was supposed to float to the surface, but it did not. Okay, well then let's do it like this then. Deploy it like that. There we go. All right, and we're going to climb on this thing, and we will see that we have the ingredients to make one vehicle. The Seamoth, which we need another power cell, the lubricant that we have, lead, glass, and titanium ingots. All of which we can make pretty darn simply. So, I do believe, I don't think I have 4 quartz. Oh, no, I do. I have 4 quartz. I have the lead, and I think I have enough titanium to make this happen. I also do need to make some food, so I should probably do that really quickly. Let's cook the peeper. That, and we'll cook one of the Reginalds, too. I'm going to get more of those guys, don't you worry. I'm going to farm a lot of Reginalds, actually, just because they're useful for more than just eating. And again, we'll talk about why a little bit later. Okay, so let's eat you first, and then you, and then we drink our water. All right, awesome. Now, titanium ingot first. Then we'll do glass. There's a lot of crafting to be done. Glass one more time. And I think... Oh, yeah, and then we need to make one more power cell. So let's go back. I'm actually going to grab my charged batteries this time. I know. We'll be able to make more, don't you worry. Grab those. And power cell. Now, this is pretty freaking awesome what we're about to do. And, oh, but it's dark. I want to be able to actually see this. I suppose it's fine. Let's climb on up. Okay, so put everything to the test
The Seamoth is a fast,
and craft it.
safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
You know, the PDA does have a point. It is a good idea to swim, but it's also really nice to have transportation when we can get it. This is the Seamoth, everybody. This is your first true vehicle, and way better than even the Sea Glide. Whenever you're in it, your oxygen goes back up. So this is actually a portable method of refilling your oxygen at any depth. Well, I say any depth. Up to the depth that the Seamoth is allowed to go to. So you can see we have a depth readout here. We're going up and down, 3 to 8 meters. The yellow number there is how deep the Seamoth can go before it starts to reach its limits. At 200 meters, it's going to start taking crush damage, which means that it's going to lose its health really, really fast. Now, on the bottom right, you get the temperature readout, the power readout, and the health readout, all of which are very important. The Seamoth takes a lot of damage from bumping into things, so do be aware of that. It is kind of brittle, but it moves so fast. It's even better than the Sea Glide, and like I said, it's always a portable method of oxygen, which is awesome. You're also going to be able to get upgrades for this thing in due time, and its light system is just great. I mean, look at that. Use that on my base. I can see everything around the base. Isn't that awesome? The Seamoth is great. I love the Seamoth, and it is always nice when you're able to get yourself a vehicle to figure out what you're going to do next. But, looks of things, guys, we're going to listen to this last radio transmission. Well, should we? You know, let's listen to it.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
Wait, what?
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
What the heck was that? Where did that come from? That was terrifying. Okay, that was not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting like another, another life pause. No, the frickin' something's hunting us? What? Okay, that's scary. That is actually scary. Well, here's what we're gonna do. And I can actually use this to kind of orient myself. Boom. Okay, there we go. So, what we're going to do is we're going to head back on over this way. We're going to go towards the Aurora, but not quite on it because, like I said, I'm not going to go on the Aurora yet. We need our laser cutter before we do that. But we're going to head on over this way. We're going to go searching for Life Pod 6. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I probably should have made a compass too. I'll do that later. Don't you worry. If I'm not mistaken, Life Pod 6 is down in this part of the shallows somewhere. So we're going to have ourselves a look around and see if we can find it before we call this an episode. We just need to be mindful of the radiation. Actually, no, we don't, because we have a radiation suit. What am I saying? We are completely impervious to it now. So getting close to the Aurora is not a huge deal. Alright, I know Life Pod 6 is around here somewhere. Because we are technically northwest of the Life Pod. Life Pod 4, which is our Life Pod, by the way. And, oh, what do we have here? Is that a forklift? That's a forklift.
100 meters.
And yes, I know oxygen deficiency is decreased. That's because we don't have the rebreather at the moment, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that too much, just because... Whoa! Okay. Easy. Oh, Stalker, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Sand sharks are supposed to be here. Go away. Go back to your kelp forest, you idiot. Oh my gosh, that actually hurt. Was not expecting that. Okay, no. He's like stuck in here. What are you doing in here, you idiot? Hold on, is there anything of... Not really anything of value in here. Okay. Well, anyway, I know Life Pod 6 is around here somewhere. And I want to find it, but I can't scan the forklift, which sucks. Anyways, yeah, I don't have the rebreather on, so my oxygen goes down faster. But like I said, we have the Seamoth, so we are okay. There it is. This is the Life Pod I was looking for. This is Life Pod 6. Okay, couple things to note with the Seamoth. One, while this thing is moving, don't exit it. You have to let it come to a complete stop, because if you are moving at full speed and then jump out, there's a very good chance you just will kill yourself. The momentum of the Seamoth will do a lot of damage, and it's actually one of the easiest ways to die. Other thing about the Seamoth, remember those bone sharks we ran into earlier? Like I said, they don't bother you too much, but they will bother your Seamoth like a lot. And by a lot, I mean they will just straight up destroy it while you're not paying attention to it. So do be aware of that. Okay, what do we...
Integrating new PDA.
Lead and some more flares if we needed them, but we don't. Oh, that's a sand shark trying to attack me. Please get away from me. Get away from me. And we got a data box here. Ultra glide fins. Okay, well.
Blueprint acquired.
All things that are probably going to be useful to us, but now that we're in the safety of our Seamoth, let's play the crew log.
I was going to try and attract someone's attention. That's not a distress flare. Stop waving it around like that. You'll catch the fuel line.
Well, we know what happened to them. That's unfortunate. They died. Jeez. That was a violent ending for those people. I feel really, really bad. Gosh dang it. Well, I'm not going to go. I didn't want to grab one of those flares anyway. So, now that all that is done, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Subnautica. I hope you all enjoyed it very much. Next episode, we are going to work on getting our laser cutter finally put together, and we should get a radio transmission here pretty soon that allows us to finally go into the area where we can do that. I actually know where to go, but I wanna kind of save it because the game leads you on in a very natural way, and I don't want to disrupt that flow because it's very just showing how you do everything is not fun. It's really not fun. You want to be able to see, you know, how the game works and how it progresses you along in a very fluid way. So we'll save that for the next episode because, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Subnautica very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.